We return yet
Hello
again
there.
to the lands of Curse of Strahd. Last time, our heroes, well, not so much heroes, but our collection of people,
They're just normal guys having a normal time.
they were caught in the middle of a political rife in the township of Trivia, where betrayals had happened, and this group was whisked away by the mists of Barovia. But before we jump into where the group is now, let's introduce these lovely players and who they're playing, starting with Rach. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Rachel or SwtBeat, and I am playing Luelle L. Goreaxe, the human paladin.
Hi guys, my name is AranMusicProductions. I am playing Angus Ridgecliffe, fighter of the group.
I'm Kieran, aka KaradanZero. I am playing the gnomish wizard Plont Grefla.
Hello, I'm Simone, aka SimoneIsSimone and Karadan1. I am playing the half-elf rogue Katyana.
And hi everyone, I am Satanic__Bunny, also known as Bun Bun, and I'll be playing as Agitha Thistlecrown today, the investigator, totally not warlock.
The hashtag not warlock.
Fish muted.
Thank you. We continue today the same place that we ended things last time, with this group of 5 individuals being whisked away to this mysterious land, this mysterious countryside, the trees encroaching over them, as the mist as well being a very subtle atmosphere in the air. They followed, Angus followed down the path where he found a farmhouse, which he thought could be a shelter from whatever is going on, and perhaps decide their next best moves. They moved to this farmhouse where they found a crying little boy and little girl who told the group that there's a monster inside the house, and their little brother is trapped there with their parents having not exited in quite some time. They were quite scared, these 2 little children. Elle went up to the door of the farmhouse, and that's kind of where we cut things from there. So that's where the camera picks up, as Elle is inspecting the outside porch of this farmhouse, and the others are standing nearby. Angus perhaps paying more attention to calming down the children, who are getting more frightened as the darkness continues to encroach over the overcast sky. Plont looking at Katyana with a look of confusion and recognition almost. Katyana dealing with her the betrayal of the Zentarum towards her, and her task to assassinate the princess. And then there's Agitha, who stares at the mist with a venomous hate. As this is all going on, what is everyone here doing in particular?
I think we're picking up with me investigating instead of me kicking down the door. Because I think that's actually what I did, is I think I kicked down the door. But I guess instead I'll look through the windows, be a little strategic, and just get a look of what's going on inside.
The windows near the door are almost stained glass, where it's very hard to kind of see through, but you're trying to look through. You can see that it leads into a foyer, which leads into another door. So the door itself is a giant iron wrought door with hinges on one side and a lock on the other, and they both fill this archway that is here at this porch with oil lamps hanging by chains nearby, flanking the oaken door, the oaken double doors that lead into the main foyer. And through the glass, you do see some odd shapes through into the foyer. You can't quite get any detail from this look. That's what you get from your quick investigation around the front. Meanwhile, Plont, Katyana, you two are standing at the bottom of the stairs of the porch. Any thoughts or any conversation the two of you are going to have as Al inspects the door?
Yeah, so Katyana would briefly watch Elle and what she's doing, just kind of, I guess, also very suspicious of the house, because obviously, hairs on the back of her neck are probably on end given everything that's happened. She's very much on edge due to betrayal. As a result, after spending a second, I guess, collecting your thoughts, she would turn to Plont and resist the urge to draw a dagger, but kind of eye him off for a second and, what is it you think you'll know of me? How do you know my name?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forget it can be a little unnerving for people who don't have the sight, but this... Not the same, but this has happened before. I knew you.
We have not met before this day.
Have you ever encountered anyone who's had the sight, who's seen things before they happen?
I've encountered many people, none of them who claim to know me before I know them myself.
Well, perhaps then you'd like to get me to know me a little better.
I would not.
Oh, don't dismiss me before you've tasted the goods, let's say.
I fear that ship has sailed, small man.
Oh, I don't know about that, but I'm a little concerned. I don't think this is possibly the safest place to have this conversation, and, with her up there and him over there, it might not be the best for us to get separated. Maybe we should just stick close together.
Perhaps you should go assist with the investigation.
Oh,
Make yourself of use.
I don't know if I'd be able to reach over and see in the windows. Maybe you could come give me a boost?
Absolutely not.
Well,
I will go look in the windows. You go.
I'll keep an eye on you from behind. From back here, I mean.
It would be wise for you to keep some distance, sir.
Of course. Respectful. I'd never be anything but respectful to you. You're a wonderful person.
I am not a wonderful person.
Oh, I think you are, deep down.
So Katyana would go up and kind of hesitantly join Luelle in the search, looking around. Is it a little balcony kind of thing you said?
Yeah, it's like a porch.
Yeah, so
it's like a porch, yeah.
Yeah, be
Plont
looking
is
around.
kind of staying in between where Angus is with the children and keeping an eye so that he can he's the chain in the middle of the party.
And then we go over to Agitha, who is standing at off the porch near the fence where the withered and died crops are, the decaying remains of scarecrows litter the cornfield that has also similarly decayed, and the mist is just settling over the greenery, almost taunting you in its presence. what thoughts are going through your mind? Do you do or say anything, or what's Agitha up to?
Their body language says volumes without them ever needing to really vocalize. Their arms are crossed in front of themselves, creating a sort of barrier between them and everything outside of their, immediate vicinity. They are looking at the mist with an acidic gaze. There is a deep-seated hatred there, but also a glimmer of morbid curiosity, almost professional intrigue as to what exactly it is and why it's doing what it's doing. Though the hate far exceeds that curiosity. They are trying to cool down, trying to keep their thoughts clear of their fears and their doubts. If this place is definitely dangerous, of that there is no doubt. No one's ever returned once the mist has claimed them, at least not that they know of. So they're keeping an eye out, but they are not doing well. They're stewing in their own negative emotions.
And it's almost like the mist itself is feeding off those negative emotions that are stewing within you, almost like in the corners of the mist you can almost see small bits that are gravitating towards you, almost wanting to feed more on that anger that is stewing within you. But the camera moves over to Angus, who is at the bottom of the porch with the children, the boy with a stuffed teddy bear, the girl standing in front of the boy. Her eyes still red, but she is trying to keep a strong, brave face at the moment as Angus is standing there. What does Angus say to these two small, scared children?
I don't remember if I did it, but can I just roll insight on them real quick?
Yeah, roll me an insight.
Forever to roll.
Is it rolled? Oh, there it is.
9. Don't know if it shows up yet.
Yeah, 9. With a 9, you get the sense that the children are consumed by this fear of what's inside the house. They are consumed by fear, and you can kind of take the guess that it is what is inside the house. Their brother, their parents that are that have gone in and haven't come back out.
All right. Children, there's nothing to be afraid of. We are travelers, but you are quite fortunate, because I myself am a hero.
The boy lights up slightly at that, looking up at you with almost a reverence. The girl, on the other hand, looks more hesitant and just says, "Well, if you are a hero, please save our brother, please. He's just a baby."
Of course, we will save your infant child, brother. Of course. But please, you must step away from the house if it scares you so.
Okay.
Agitha spins around when they hear this, actually.
He'll gesture his hand out to sort of...
As far as the rest of us, do you mind if I ask how far away we are in terms of being able to hear or not?
Oh, yeah, you'll be able to hear, yeah, for sure. You're all very much in speaking
Same
distance from
vicinity.
each other.
Yeah, cool. Cool.
But yeah, so Agitha, you turn around and you can see Angus reach out towards the children to pull them away from the house. What do you say?
Stop. And Agitha will begin to walk over there with a purpose and a seriousness in their face. They shouldn't go too far from the house.
Please, I'm not trying to coax them away from their home, just... You can see these children, they're terrified.
Of course, and they have good reason to be. But the mist, it moves in such strange ways. If it engulfs them, they could become lost.
I will protect them, of course.
From the mist.
From anything. I am a hero.
If it was possible to visibly roll her eyes, Katyana would. Just to clarify at that point. That I am a hero.
There's almost a sympathetic pity in their eyes as they kind of watch Angus. You are a good man.
In response, he will, conscious of the children not staring at him and his facial expressions, he will shoot you a very serious look.
Where do you plan to take them then?
Staying within their house limits, but not as close as they were. Perhaps whatever it is they fear may come outside.
All I'm saying is, don't let the mist come close to them.
I shan't. Chris, there's a porch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Angus will literally just take the children to the bottom of the stairs to the porch. That's as far as he'll take them, just so they're not like right next to the door.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. So they
hold them next to him as the rest of them continue to investigate.
So, Katyana and Al, both of you are at the front door of this porch. The door is unlocked from what you can tell, Al. Any conversation or anything between the two of you is you two really didn't have a chance to talk after the attempted assassination of the princess. Katyana a bit shell-shocked after the zombies that emerged from the mist. And this is the first time that the two of you have had any real chance to talk. And to be honest, Al, you feel this anger within you a little bit that this person that is next to you tried mere hours ago was attempting to murder your best friend. And now you're seemingly working together. Any conversation between the two of you as you investigate the outside?
So, I don't think Katyana would be in any way like confronting or anything like that, because obviously she's all business at this point. Because, I don't know, there's no reason for her to be angry at this other person. They're just as blindsided as she was as far as she's aware. So she would effectively just be, continuing her investigation, a little oblivious if there is any anger in her direction.
Katyana, you see the same thing I described for Al, not a lot, on this outside.
Yeah.
Sorry. Al,
That's okay.
Elle is angry, but she's more angry with herself. So I guess, okay.
So at this point, Katyana would probably, she would kind of touch the door, not to try and open, but just to touch and see if there's any kind of, mechanism, anything strange about it, and kind of give a quick glance to Elle and be like, have you Have you found anything of note?
There's something inside moving. I can't tell what it is. The glass is not exactly clear.
The door does not appear to be locked.
If we go in, we should be prepared for a fight.
Definitely proceed with caution. Are you still armed?
You would be able to see a giant
Okay, so she still has it.
two-handed.
I didn't think she could have it on the horse.
I can have it on my back. Which
Okay.
I'm assuming where I store my weapon.
Okay, yeah, cool.
It's two-handed. Let me just show. It's a maul.
So she would ask if you're still armed and kind of glance at the sword aside from that thing. That unwieldy
Yes.
thing.
It's weirdly for me.
Well, I suppose when you have the strength that you clearly do, that would make a good deal of sense. Would there be anything strange that she would find about the door at this
No,
stage? Like
It's just a normal. It's just a
physically
normal door.
insertion? Okay, cool.
It's a normal door from what you can see. You look behind the. You look through the stained glass window, similar to Owl. You also see the sort of blurry moving shapes. Just give me a what check would this be? Awareness? Is that a thing you can roll?
Perception.
Perception. Yeah.
With
I was gonna
awareness.
ask if I could roll one as well, eventually.
20. With a natural 20, you can clearly tell that these images that are moving around in the darkness, these blobs, these shapes, you have better sight than L. You can tell that they're just moving because of the nature of the glass. There's nothing actually moving behind this in the entrance foyer. With a natural 20, I should probably give you something else.
A present.
The house is eerily still, but you swear that you hear muffled noises inside as if people are talking, but very muffled.
So finding that out, Katyana would say, I do not think there is anyone moving inside, merely the glass playing tricks on your eyes. It does sound as though there is people inside, however. I cannot hear what it is they speak of.
If there's no one immediately inside, I think we may be safer if we all get at least in the front door.
You heard what the children said.
With monsters, safer.
Oh, I'd feel safer in there than out here with whatever this is.
Does the mist appear like it's moving towards us? Like it's getting closer, like we need to seek shelter? Or is it just around?
It's hanging around in the air at the moment. It is.
Okay, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it's like encroaching on us.
No.
And it brought us here, right?
Sorry?
It brought us here?
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah.
Remember, before we all came here, it was out of this mist that those things came for us.
It's a little hard to forget as she like grabs the scar on her neck.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
You didn't mean to remind me that I fucked up, lost the princess.
Oh,
The entire kingdom burned down. Right.
well, I was just saying that, well, we don't want any more of those kind of bad things to happen, so we should probably get somewhere where this fog isn't.
And yet it brought us here, so are we doing exactly what it wants by going into the house?
We
Well, even
don't
if-
have much of a choice.
Yeah,
From my investigations, the fog is a one-way trip.
Mentioned that earlier. your investigations. You lost a friend. How long exactly have you been investigating this fog?
Roughly a year or so.
And did you get anything from it?
All I know is that it's almost selective in its victims. Like I said, I was in it. But it didn't take me at that time. It took my friend.
But it has taken you now.
It has taken me now. A year later. Perhaps it was toying with me. It felt like it was toying with me. It is malevolent. It almost has a... perhaps not a sentience, but it enjoys misery. It has to. We can't make contact with it again. We just can't.
So we must go into the house.
I see no other way out. Play along for now. Play this little game that it wants us to play.
Do not enjoy games.
I don't think this is a game. I think this is far more serious.
Not to us, but to it.
If we're to have a chance to survive, I think we should all stay quite close. Especially us.
You all head inside. I just need to do one last thing for the children.
Luelle opens the door.
Angus, we need a hero to take the lead. You want to be the first one in?
Yeah.
I didn't feel the need to roleplay it, but whilst the other characters were having that conversation, Angus was just sort of dealing with the children, not talking about anything, but just sort of keeping them occupied. And if Kieran's going to continue to ask that question, see Angus hand a pendant to the children. Say,
You hold on to this and give it back to me when I get back, okay?
The boy goes to take it, but the girl kind of stands in the way and grabs it instead and looks at you and says, "Thank you."
he'll pat over their heads and then he'll turn towards Plont.
Agitha, I believe you're heading towards the children. So as you're heading towards Plont, Agitha passes past to walk towards the children. The girl, the boy is nagging the girl to look at the pendant, but and the girl eventually relents before showing the pendant to the boy who's playing with it now.
I will kind of wait until everyone is ushered inside.
Okay, so if you're going to wait for that, I will describe as L walks through the front. So feel free to move your token up. You pass through the front door into a grand foyer. Hanging on the left-hand wall is a shield emblazoned with a coat of arms. The shield itself is flanked by framed portraits of stony-faced aristocrats. At the end of the foyer stands a mahogany-framed double-door set with panes of stained glass. Very thick stained glass, this one, so you can't quite look through what's on the other side. That's what you get up to. I'm assuming everyone else is going to...
I'm going to follow.
Filter.
Yeah.
I'm going to hang back a little bit.
Okay, just move your tokens wherever you want to move them. You'll be able to see what you see.
He's gonna stand there.
Cool. Agitha, everyone's inside at this point. What do you say to the children?
I lean down towards both of them, but their attention is more so focused on the little girl, who appears to be the big sister of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You are a brave one, taking care of your little brother. And for that, I have a gift for you.
Mm-hmm.
She reaches up into her head, and she kind of delicately twirls her finger around a lock of her hair. And with a wince of slight pain, she rips out a lock of her hair from her scalp. And she kind of knots it together and then gives it to the child. With this, I will know where you are, and if you are in danger, I will come and help you. Keep it close.
Girl nods before putting her hand out to grab the lock of hair. Drops into her hands as she holds it out, and she looks down at it before nodding and holding onto the lock of hair tightly.
It may not look like much, but it is powerful. Just like you. Stay safe, young ones. And she will enter the house.
So
you'll see Angus enter as the conversation ends, as he was eavesdropping.
So feel free to move your tokens all you want to. Cool. So you're all in the entrance foyer now. Al, I'm assuming you're going to go into the main, through the doors.
Yep. If it's unlocked.
Go on, and yeah, it is unlocked. As you approach the door, you hear muffled music in a distance, but I'll get into that in a moment. Just give me one moment. I just need to figure out what we are doing here. Okay.
Are the rest of us following in?
Sorry, I just need to.
Yeah, I'll go second. Why not?
Figure out some stuff. Give me a moment.
Also, just because I haven't said it, it's implied I'm holding a torch, because I have to.
Katyana, before we go deeper into this house, just, well, be careful. There's spirits here, things, maybe armor that moves on its own. Things.
Sorry, laugh us out of character.
And I wouldn't want you to get hurt. You're important to me.
You do not know me well enough for me to be important to you.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah. I suppose I should introduce myself. Plont Grefla.
No, thank you.
No, it's a handshake.
And I decline the handshake.
Oh. I forgot about this part of our relationship. Never mind. Into the fray.
So, you all pass into a wide hall that seems to run the width of the house, with a black marble fireplace at one end, and a weeping red marble staircase at the other. Mounted on the wall above the fireplace is a long sword with an engraved hilt, and the wood-panelled walls bear ornate carvings of images of fine flowers, nymphs, and satyrs. You also hear, well, actually, so what's everyone doing when they're in this area?
Can I light the fire
Yes, you can.
to give vision? Because that would
Yes.
be way more better than holding a torch. And also, can I look at the longsword? So you
Yes,
said it
you
was
can.
engraved.
Yes. The longsword is engraved with a language that you don't quite understand. It's a very cursive language. You're not even sure if it's common, and it's just very cursive, or if it's another language entirely. Yes?
No.
Can Plont see the engraving on the sword? Or is it too
you
high up
need-
for him?
It's too high up
You're
for
pretty
you at the
small.
moment.
Okay. Angus, can you lift me up near that sword? I want to see if I can read it.
Oh, certainly, young man.
He'll immediately bend down and grab you by the waist and hoist you up.
Thank you.
Put you on his shoulder.
I'm assuming it's not a language that I can read.
What languages can you read?
I can read Common, Draconic, Elvish, and Gnomish.
It is an offshoot of Elvish. Seems to be. Give me a history check, please.
I would also like to have a squiz at that after once done.
I will give. Oh, you're a half elf, Katyana. What kind of elf half are you? Are you a?
The hot kind, of course.
Elven kind.
Yes, correct.
Generalized.
Hang on. Have a look, because I hadn't even really thought of that, to be honest.
But with a 23 Plont, you gather that, yeah, this is an offshoot of Elvish of some kind. You don't know enough about.
Can I guess, give direction? Can I tell if it is just a different kind of Elvish potentially one that I don't speak, or if it's like a secret code in an Elvish language?
It's one that you don't speak. It's not
Cool.
It's not a secret code.
All right. Thank you, Angus. Just put me down a moment.
Anytime, young man.
I'll be able to read it. I just need about 10 minutes to prepare some magics. A little trick I learned, and I'm going to cast Comprehend Languages as a ritual.
Okay.
I'll take the sword off the wall, by the way, so I don't have to lift him up again.
I have gone with half dark elf.
Cool. That's almost perfect. Because Angus, as you take the sword off Katyana, you get a better look at the sword and the inscription on it as it glints against the fireplace that is beginning to roar. As the inscription blinks, you see that it is actually that it is more of the Dusk Elves type of elven language. So sort of more. Is it the Underdark? Sorry, I'm not so au fait with my Forgotten Realms lore, but sort of more Underdark tinges to the words that are on there. But Plont, with your comprehend language, you can understand it says it is a sword that has been gifted by a Count von Zarovich.
Well, it appears this sword was gifted to, well, I'd assume whoever owns this house, by a Count von Zarovich. Does anyone know who that is? Agitha, is that someone who you've heard of in connection with this mist?
Is there any roll that I can make to know?
No.
No. It doesn't ring a bell.
Interesting.
Perhaps they were taken like we were.
Elle, what are you doing as the others are all kind of huddled around this sword that is they're investigating? This whole room is here. As I said, there are carvings in the wall. There are doors all around the hallway. There's a stairs that leads up. What are you doing as
I'm going to check each of the doors in this hallway. Just like listen to them. Like try to see if I can isolate where the music is coming from.
So you listen to a number of the doors. This door, this door, and this door have nothing that you can hear on the other side. But when you listen to this door up here and this door over here, you hear the soft sounds of muffled speaking, clinking glasses. Slight music can be heard as well beyond these doors.
Can I tell how many people are there? And can I tell if they're male or female? Can I tell
male and female? From what you can hear light, high voices and also some deep voices as well. Probably half a dozen or so, maybe more.
Does it sound like regular people, or does it sound like?
Yeah, it sounds like regular people
language,
having
like common.
Yeah, they're speaking common, but you can't quite tell what they're saying. But yeah, there's it sounds like there's a whole group that are in there, talking amongst one another.
All right. I mean, I'll let the group know. So it sounds like behind these two doors, there's a party going on.
That doesn't make sense.
It makes zero sense. Why are there two children sitting on the porch saying that there's monsters in here and they have their brother, and yet there's a party going on?
No, I think you don't understand. I've seen this before, different people. But I've lived this before, and there was no party. Not that I recall.
What do you mean you've lived this before? You've been here before?
Yes and no. You see,
Explain.
I see things sometimes before they've happened. That's how I will know Katyana here. And I've seen this house before, but different somehow. And there was no party.
He tells the truth. He knew I had this, and she reaches in and takes out the card that looks that has a ghost on it.
This will be the first time that Katyana, Elle, and Angus will realize that another person has a card. I don't think, Katyana, you ever showed your card, but Angus and Elle, you know that each other have cards.
As Agitha shows that, Plont pulls out his own card, but holds it so only the back of the card is visible to the group.
I am the charlatan, apparently.
Do you mean charlatan?
No, I'm pretty sure it said charlatan.
Yes, he means charlatan.
Well, perhaps it's a regional dialect. That's the pronunciation for Mickle.
Charlatan in my home village means hero. Almost.
Oh, yes. Of course. I recall that from my travels up north.
Been to Mickle?
Well, not to Mickle itself, but Mickle adjacent.
Forest of Fleur.
Oh, well, not quite.
Mount Mountain High and Mount Mountain Low.
No, I recall Mount Mountain High, but I didn't go so far as Mount Mountain Low. It was before your time.
Oh, fair enough. Mount Mountain Low is very much higher than Mount Mountain High.
Yes, I recall that. Is it still a more dangerous place?
Very much so, yes.
Yeah, that's why I avoided it.
A lot of monsters here.
So we all have. So we all have a card then.
I'm the charlatan.
Elle looks at Katya. And you have a card?
I do.
All the more reason for us all to stick close.
How did you come across the cards?
I thought it was just a dream.
Have you not heard me say vision?
A nightmare.
Of an old woman?
Young maiden, actually. She was very feisty.
I don't remember. Did I have a woman in my dream?
Chris?
Sorry, I'm just sorting some stuff out. Yes, you did.
I know everything was on fire. I just don't remember there being a person giving me a
There was a
card.
lady in a carriage.
We all saw the same woman, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Did I think that mine was mostly the betrayal, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but everyone saw a woman at the end.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was your vision? This could be important.
Well, this is why I bring it up now. I saw this place, but that wasn't how I got this card. But I saw this place again when I got this card. And this room was filled with blood. I think we should be extremely careful here. I wouldn't want anything to happen to you, Kasia.
And yet it seems like a good option at this point to allow something to happen. If I have to continue to listen to you speak.
Oh, you always were a feisty one.
Katya, what did you see?
I saw betrayal.
Elaborate.
The people who I've worked for a very long time betrayed me. It seems to be a prophecy of kinds, if recent events are to be believed.
What? How could anyone betray you? What a heartless... Ugh.
Elle, was it? What was your vision?
Was everything on fire? Just as it was as we were leaving. Right, Chris? That's what happened. Like, I fell asleep in my dream and everything was on fire.
You also saw Tia killed as well.
Oh. Okay, yeah. And our god was killed.
And you, Angus, a young maiden? You're muted.
I don't like interrupting when people are speaking, but as you reference him, he'll sort of like be putting his ear against the door, trying to listen. What? Young maiden, yes, vision.
What did you see in this vision?
I got in a very small carriage, and she gave me a choice, and I chose the right card, yes.
That was it?
Yes. She said, onward, and I said, yes, vision.
See.
I mean, sorry, I said, yes, vision. There's people in there.
It's a good point. Chris, is us speaking causing anything to change? Because I'm
Nope.
standing by the doors.
Still talking, still loud, sort of loudish music coming from that room. Clinking of glasses. Doesn't seem to be disturbed by your talking at all.
Can I go?
Yes,
Can I
Kieran.
listen to it again?
Agitha, what did you see?
The mist surrounding me, confusing me, taunting me. Laughter from perhaps reality's most vile and twisted creatures. Their hands clawing for me in the mist. And then I found a carriage. I go in. An old woman with cards. She bade me to pick one. I did. And I got the card. She also spoke as if she knew me, knew things that I haven't told anyone. That is how I got my card.
Sounds like we each saw at least a version of what has actually already happened. We were taken by the mist. My kingdom did burn down. Sounds like Katya has been betrayed. After all, being sent to kill my princess. Really, it should have been the prince.
But this room does not fill with blood. And I refuse to allow
Not yet.
the vision of mine to come to pass. It must not happen.
I think, surrounded by a mist that taunts us, well, that may have already happened.
No, I'm also mentioning the thing that was said to me by the woman.
Oh. Well, I think that whatever we do in this place here, we just need to be very careful.
Well, you seem to have foresight as to what could happen. What did you see that was done so that we don't end up blood in this room?
Well, it may be different, so, I'm not the best at this kind of prediction, especially when you put me on the spot, and especially in the company and with the attention of such lovely people on me.
I believe in you, young lad.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. There was armor that moved on its own, tried to harm us, and then
Do you see
spirits.
that armor?
Yes, a poltergeist.
Well, possibly, yes. The armor was up those stairs. I don't see it from here, but obviously, it may just be up the stairs. But that being said, like I said, the music wasn't playing when I was here before. And there were other people. So things may be different.
Perhaps we should investigate the music then instead of going up the stairs. If going
Maybe
up the
worthwhile.
stairs means
Gotcha.
we will be attacked.
Katya, you appear to be someone who can do things discreetly.
Oh boy, can she?
Perhaps.
Statement on the go.
What is
Perhaps,
it you wish to be done discreetly?
perhaps you can eavesdrop or peep through the door, do something discreet to figure something out without us necessarily needing to go into the room.
Hmm.
You're muted, Chris. And I think Sim is now also
Yeah.
muted.
Yeah, I was just saying I can't hear Sim.
Sorry, is this the door?
The
Or are we
door
talking about this
is. There are two doors. There's one
There's-
up
The one
here.
I stood next to, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's
there's
one where I'm at.
Yeah, and both of you are still listening to the door, and yeah, it still has people on the other. It still sounds like there's people on the other side. Yes.
But there was
Can I
three
roll
doors.
for perception? Just because I'm actively
Yeah, sure.
doing it.
There's only two doors that there's music coming out of.
Okay, cool. So the one that I'm at, and then the other
Mm.
two. Or the other one.
Is there like a
So
keyhole?
slow.
No, there is not. It's just a normal door.
16, I think.
16, cool. So you don't, other than the sound of half a dozen or so people on the other end, who are talking and there's clinking glasses and laughter with muffled conversation, you can't gather much more from the other end of the door. As I said, it's a normal door. There is no keyhole or anything like that. There are no windows into this room from this area, from what you can see.
Out of habit, he'll go to reach for the door handle and start to begin to turn it, and then realize what he's doing and go, "Oh!" Stop doing it.
Elle is gonna open the door to the left that doesn't have any sound coming out of it.
So this door?
To her left. That's her right. Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
door.
no, yeah, sorry. I was looking at it backwards.
okay, so that door.
That one.
Okay.
It doesn't have any sound coming out of it, so.
No, it doesn't. So you open it.
Yeah.
You see a kitchen with dishware and utensils neatly placed on shelves. A work table has a cutting board and a rolling pin atop it. A stone dome-shaped oven stands near the east wall, and its bent iron stovepipe connecting to a hole in the ceiling. Behind the stove and to the left is a thin door In the front right-hand corner of the room stands a wooden door set into the wall. So there is a wooden door set into the wall here, and then there is another door here. Before we continue on with you, is there anything anybody else in the main hall are wanting to do?
I think I'm going to go into the kitchen with Elle. So that's here. And is there like storage or like where it might be storing food or anything?
Not in this particular area.
Okay.
No, not in this square. It is not.
How put together does this room look? Like, does it look
It
old,
looks
abandoned?
it looks very
apart?
it looks very put together. It looks like it's been recently used.
Okay, so there's like, because there's a party going on, so it looks like food was prepared in here.
Yeah,
It smells like
it does.
food was prepared
It does look like food was prepared here. There is a slight aroma of things that have been cooked. The oven is slightly warm, as if it's been used recently. But yeah, there's a small door over here and a small door over there.
Okay. This doesn't make any sense. How is there a party going on? How is this kitchen smell like fresh food and yet there's monsters in here?
I would be attempting to, as suggested by Agitha, press my ear against the door, see if there's anything that I can hear that may not have otherwise been perceived.
Once again, it's hard to do. I'm not going to make you do a roll, otherwise we're just going to be rolling constantly for no information. You hear the same things that the others have heard. You can't discern anything else other than that.
Agitha.
Oh, sorry.
I think Agitha is, it looks like their intention is to go into the kitchen, though they are kind of slowing down the closer they get to Katya to kind of like get any kind of information. But it does appear that they also want to go into the kitchen.
Okay. Angus, what are you doing? Are you just remaining at the door?
Yeah, Angus is... Oh, sorry. I thought I was Angus for a moment. I don't know why. I don't know why I responded to Angus.
Listen, everyone wants to be Angus. Everyone wants to be
Everyone
Angus.
wants to be Angus, man. He's staring intently at that fucking doorknob. He's itching to turn it. He's itching to enter that room.
All right, so Elle and Plont, both of you are in the kitchen. Katyana, you can see into the kitchen nearby you. Agitha, you two are sort of hanging around the door of the kitchen. What are you two gonna do?
What do you think is through that door there?
We should open it and find out.
All right, I'm right behind you.
I'm going to... Do I hear anything?
No.
When I lean up against it, I open it.
You open it. The wall. It's the pantry. There is food that is covering all the shelves, packaged, put in jars. They all look quite fresh from what you can see. Fresh bread that seems to be in a basket there.
Okay, great. I'm gonna open the other door.
You open that door, and it is a smaller door. It is. You open it, and it leads into a small. You see a small, little square box when you open the door, and you see a little pulley rope nearby it. You pull the rope slightly, and the little square box goes up, and then it drops back down.
A dumbwaiter. Yeah.
Dumbwaiter. Okay.
It fits. It looks like it's a very tiny.
It could fit Plont?
It does look like it could fit Plont. Yes, if he squeezed into it.
Oh, I don't know if that's a good idea to send me on my own.
I mean, I would have the rope. I could pull you up. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, we could
agree.
see where it goes. What do you think?
It goes into the basement where the children said... it probably goes into the basement where the children said that their little brother was being kept by monsters.
Oh, that's a terrible idea then. Let's not send me there. I might just get some things from the pantry here. And in the pantry, I'm just going to sort of rustle around. I assume I can get, I know that they're like anything that I could take as rations or like dried biscuits or anything like that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just write in your notes food.
Cool.
How much food? How many days worth? All right, I'm gonna exit the kitchen then and go back out to. Oh, he wants to go in this door. Alrighty, and I'll go.
So
I'll go with next to Angus.
Wait long enough. I'm going in.
So, Katyana, Agitha, both of you are hanging around the door of the kitchen when Elle exits. Shortly after, I'm assuming Plont exits with stuffed pockets. And you see
Katyana, do you want something to eat? Perhaps you could taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
I'm gonna open the other door in front of me that also had no sound.
Okay. You open that door and you see a small cloakroom that has several black cloaks hanging from hooks on the walls. A top hat sits on the on a high shelf.
Cloaks, and they're do they look like culty cloaks, or are they just like outdoor cloaks?
Give me a
do culty cloaks look different than
Arcana check.
They might have all of them might have insignia on them symbolizing
Funny,
something.
you're also muted, by the way.
Oh.
I was saying the same thing.
Do
Look like they'll be good in the rain. Sorry, Katyana, you were saying something.
I was going to ask if Katyana went into the kitchen even just briefly, whether there was anything, I guess, off about appearances there.
No.
Whether it was genuinely just meant to be just a used kitchen, or whether it was
It looks like it's a used kitchen from what you can see.
Okay.
Once again, the stove is a bit warm. Angus, I think you put your hand up.
Secretly a baby butcher house.
I'm shuffling through the
Angus is going in, man. I've waited long enough.
You can't go into the noise.
You open the door, Angus. As you open the door, the muffled sounds stop.
So limited, fuck.
This is how we die. This is how we get a TPK.
You enter into a wood paneled dining room. The centerpiece is a mahogany table surrounded by 8 high-backed chairs with sculpted armrests and cushioned seats. A crystal chandelier hangs above and makes a slight glass clinking noise as it moves slightly with the house. The table is resplendent with silverware, crystalware, and polished to a dazzling shine. Mounted above the marble fireplace is a mahogany-framed painting of an alpine vale. The wall paneling is curved with elegant images of deers among trees. Red silk drapes cover the windows, and a tapestry hangs from a iron rod bolted to the south wall. You also see that the dining table is laid with a magnificent feast. There is food here, almost as if it's waiting for a guest to arrive. But there's no sign of anyone in here from what you can see. The music has stopped. The sound of clinking glass, you kind of hear it above you, and that's when you realize that the clinking of the crystal chandelier is echoing in this room. And as the wind passes by past the house, you can hear a slight groan from the house. Perhaps that being the muffled conversations that you thought you could hear. But you're not too sure. It's not quite adding up. Yes.
Just because I know the habit is to enter a room and then for other people to do what they're doing outside of the room. Whilst that stuff is happening, he's going to light the fire as he did in the previous room. And he will have a look at the food, I guess. Roll survival. I don't know. Something like that.
Well, the food looks great from what you can see. Smells great. Smells fresh. The others that are outside, those that were nearby the doors, mainly Elle and Katyana. When Angus walked in, the sound of whatever was behind the doors completely stopped.
Great.
It's clear here, guys.
Well, I don't know
And
much
gals.
about poltergeists, but if that is indeed what was in here, it now knows that we are here.
Maybe it was witches. Or gnomes.
So does
Oh.
everyone gather
goblins.
in the dining room, or do?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I'm gonna wander around.
As soon as I noticed that he had opened the door and gone
At the
in,
door?
I followed.
Oh, there it is. That's a cupboard.
Are these windows
Yes, they are.
at the top here? Yeah. Plont's gonna drag a chair over and peek up out the window.
You look out the window, you can see the decayed crops that surround the farmhouse.
And fresh food on the table.
Fresh food on the table. You also see scarecrows also in similar states of decay as crows are literally resting on them.
This doesn't seem right. I don't think we want to eat any of this food.
Don't eat
Are
the
the-
food.
Are the chairs warm? Like people have just been sitting in them?
Is the
No.
chair that I pulled over
No.
warm?
No, it is not.
Okay. No, this one's
I
not.
just take like a kitchen knife and just slice some of the food, see what's
Tangible.
it's like
You slice.
open inside of it.
Well, so there's like bread, there's fruit, there's meat. What are you wanting to? What are you wanting
Yeah,
to? slice?
I'll take a knife and I'll cut whatever meat there is to see if it's
Yeah.
okay.
There is a bit of ham that is in the middle of the table with a circle of pineapple. You put your you take your knife, you slice through it. It slices through easily. The smell of freshly cooked ham wafting within the room.
Don't trust it.
This
Things
looks
are
like
not.
brand new food.
Things are not as
don't-
they appear.
You
Angus.
eat that and you're on your own.
Oh, I don't know about
Smells
that.
So good.
We shouldn't leave him behind just because he
Angus,
made a mistake, but
can you give me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Angus, it still wouldn't be a good idea for you to eat that food. I think there's something wrong with it.
Considering
Ten.
that the entire farm is dead,
10.
eating it is a bad
Angus,
idea.
all this talk of food, the sight of food,
No.
you don't actually remember when you last ate. And you're
Oh.
almost consumed by the
Almost?
food that is before you. And you... Where would you start? Would you start with the breads? Would you start with the more hearty things?
I
As
haven't
soon
had
as
ham
he-
since I was in Miggle.
Elle
Just
immediately
picking up
goes over
ham.
and smacks as hard as she can the food out of his hands.
Okay. You smack the food out of his hands.
His hands,
And-
the food. If it's
is
in his
he-
mouth, him.
Well, he has Angus has a good mouthful of food as you smack it out
Oh,
of
he
his
does?
hands.
I was
grabs
holding
his
it.
face.
Like there's no way you're faster than me.
She is attempting to save your life right now. She grabs his face to try to pull the food out of his mouth.
Give me an opposing strength saving rolls for both. Strength check from Al, strength saving throw from Angus.
How great.
think this is gonna
We're
go
both
well
the
for you.
strong people.
I love
Both the
this.
strong people.
This is great.
Oh no, he wins.
No, I don't.
Oh, wow.
I know.
You are
I tried.
slapped in your face by a metal gauntlet, Angus, as you spit out this food forcibly. Anger rises in you for a moment as this happens, as you're just trying to eat. What the fuck's your problem? And that's when the smell comes. The smell of rot, stench, and decay. And you can hear the smell, the sound of flies as you look down at the meat and it's got maggots writhing throughout it.
He has maggots in his mouth.
He immediately takes out his water skin canteen and starts fucking cleaning his mouth out with it.
Plont
I
sees
told
this
you.
food and what's changed with it, and he checks the food that he's put into his satchel.
Still looks
Empty
fine.
your pocket of biscuits, sir.
Yeah. Biscuits still look fine.
Biscuits still look fine.
He's still gonna like
Slightly
pull it
soft,
out.
slightly soft after being exposed out to the elements for a little bit, but
He's gonna pull it out and just put it on the corner of the table, surreptitiously hoping no one notices.
An old trick. One I've seen before.
What is it?
One of Auntie August's favorite tricks.
And what trick is that?
The glamour, the rot, and the decay, and the disease, so that the wayward and the hungry and the naive take a bite.
And this was your auntie?
And
Who
the
did
blonde idiots just happen to be all three.
I don't
Why wouldn't you stop me from doing that?
know if
I
this
Did
was
stop you.
Auntie, or perhaps one of their sisters.
Oh. Well, we should be careful. Like I've been saying.
This is
Yeah.
clearly a lore.
So who is it they are trying to entrap?
Anyone and
assuming-
everyone.
I'm assuming whoever comes in from the fog lands here, comes into this
Perhaps.
house,
Here's the children.
thinks it's food.
Well,
Tries to
perhaps
save the children.
perhaps the children were part of the
Part of
family.
the
Their
family.
parents came in here looking for some food.
Perhaps the children are part of the trap.
Children
muted.
are not a part of the trap.
yes, Bunny.
I would like to use a racial feature of mine.
Oh,
Squinting.
Or,
That's the
yeah.
no, that's the I'm not wearing my glasses feature.
Yeah, it truly is. My glasses are over there. I forgot them. I would like to use my eerie token remote viewing. Is
Fancy.
the lock of hair that I gave the child within 10 miles of me? I can't hear you.
Muted, Chris. Everyone is muted today.
No, it is not.
Ooh, bum, bum. Sorry, that wasn't Katyana, that was Simone. To clarify. If that wasn't clear.
Agitha kind of goes into a trance-like state. They close their eyes. They are lost, off with the fairies.
Okay.
And then a scowl kind of comes over their face. And then when they break out of this trance, she actually leans over and spits on the food. The children were part of the trap.
My pendant!
He yells as hard as he can.
Yeah.
I gave them a gift. I didn't trust them. So it was a little insurance policy. They're far gone from here. More than 10 miles away, might I add. At the least. She actually reaches up into her hair, and she twists another bit of hair and rips it out of her scalp.
Oh, that
And-
does not look pleasant.
You've got to stop doing that.
It's not. And she makes a knot out of the hair and turns that into an eerie token. But now they no longer have a part of me.
An interesting failsafe. And yet, I'm glad it has worked for us. Bye.
So what do we know now? That we were successfully deceived by children or something that posed as children. And we're in a house surrounded by mist.
They were pretty small. I think they were children.
He is
Perhaps-
pretty small. Is that a child?
I've taken care of a lot of children. And yes, that is definitely a child, as he points to Plont.
He has a full-on beard.
Yeah.
That is the
I'm
Harry
very
style.
familiar with these little guys having full beards out of the womb.
I, like Katyana, would just kind of make it, yeah, that checks out face.
The house is not what it appears either. So
where do we go from here?
well,
Perhaps
they
we should
did-
just treat this like it is a fight, as we fight the house.
And what's just stand the walls?
burn it down. I like that idea.
No. Just move from room to room, weapons drawn.
Or we just set
Be
the
ready.
house on-
Be ready for combat.
I am gonna have to side with Angus on this one. Burning down the house while very tempting. What happens if the mist closes in? Where would we find
Yes.
shelter?
This house, while concerning and dangerous, does seem to be our only known refuge from the mist. Perhaps we can find a safe room with a bed that we can hole up for the night.
A barricade.
I mean, maybe four beds.
I'm not a wizard or anything, but I think this house may hold more answers than we believe.
I believe we should
so-
go from room to room with weapons
Suppose we
drawn.
should look.
I agree. I think standing around here isn't going to get us anywhere. Let's check out the rest of this floor, and if we do go upstairs and there are suits of armor up there, we should be very, very wary.
Battle
Rule
formation. then.
37 of the fight manual. Never stay in one place for too long.
There's a fight manual?
I'm sure there are many.
Yes. Fight rule number 1 is never talk about the fight manual. So I guess I broke it.
Oh, that seems a terrible mistake. Are there consequences?
No. It's a family tradition.
I think the last time I was anywhere near Miggle, if you broke one of the rules in the fight manual, you had to stand on your head for an hour.
Shh. As he he gets in close, he gets down on his knees, he goes straight up to your face, holds his finger up to his lips and goes, shh.
Oh, you don't want to stand? Okay, I understand.
We shan't tell anyone, shall we,
Okay.
little boy?
Of course not.
Agitha will go towards the door and open it, and it's just kind of standing there like,
Onward!
And he'll draw his greatsword this
Yes,
time. So he still
onward.
gets to see. I don't know.
There's only one door that has been unexplored in this map, and that is the door
This
down
one, right?
here. Yeah. So who
I'll
will
just
be
open
the
it and go
first?
straight in.
Okay.
I imagine
Straight in.
Angus.
As
Angus is in.
And I'm behind. Angus.
As you crack open the door,
yeah.
Angus, with full gusto and ready to battle, you catch the glimpse of something feral beyond. An amber eye flashes in the darkness, and a bestial muzzle has been curled into a snarl. Does that deter Angus at all, or does he just push open and continue?
He has his sword drawn. He's
What's
not
your first
He's
action?
not a coward.
What's your first action upon opening? So you see this as you sort of start to open the door. You see it in a split second. Angus is the only one that will be able to see this because he's the one opening the door.
Can we hear
Angus,
it?
you've got no. Angus, you've got your sword drawn. What's your first action as you push open the door?
I presume what you're referencing is whatever this is on the map. So if he's that close, he's just gonna swipe at it.
Cool. So you swipe at it. All of you hear something heavy hit the floor as Angus goes in, swiping his sword. You see all of you see Angus standing over a grey-furred wolf that is on the ground on its side, frozen in place, completely not moving, stuck in place. And then that's when you realize that this wolf is not alone. There are other wolves in this room, similarly stuck, look to be stuffed wolves of some kind.
Witchcraft!
There is an oak-paneled, this is an oak-paneled room that looks like a hunter's den. Mounted above the fireplace is a stag's head, and positioned around the outskirts of the room are 2 additional stuffed wolves. There are 2 padded chairs in animal furs that face the hearth, with an oak table between them, supporting an assortment of objects. A chandelier hangs above the cloth-covered table, and it's surrounded by 4 chairs and 2 cabinets that stand against the wall.
It's clear in here, guys.
And he'll put his greatsword away. He'll immediately go to search the animals with his knowledge of hunting and general animal husbandry. He'll see if there's anything unique about them.
Yeah, you'll be able to notice that the wolves are stuffed. They're stuffed wolves that have been killed in a hunt. You can actually see moments where you're like looking into the pelt that you can see where arrows may have gone or weapons may have gone to kill these wolves. But what's everyone else doing as you're all in this room?
I'm gonna duck in behind.
I'm investigating the shelving. Does everything in this room look normal, or because the food? Okay. Everything
looks normal. There are 2 cabinets, as I said. One of them does have a lock on it, which is on the east side. The other one is on the north side, is unlocked, from what you can see. There's no lock.
I'm gonna break open the one that's locked, just with strength.
I'm staying outside of the room, keeping watch, specifically up the stairs, because that is where Plont said danger was in their vision. And they've already proven that some of their visions do indeed come true.
Give me a strength check, please, Elle, as you try to break the eastern cabinet. 21. 21, you're easily able to break open the lock. And the door of the cabinet swings open, catching the attention of everyone that's in the room as it makes a loud noise. You see a heavy crossbow bow in here with a number of other different crossbows, and 20 bolts for each weapon that is nearby.
Does anybody need a crossbow?
I don't know if I'd be too useful for it.
So there are 3 different crossbows. There's a heavy crossbow, a light crossbow, and a hand crossbow.
I don't have the dexterity for it, I suppose.
I have a short bow.
What, a hero like you?
I'm more of a fan of the slashy, kill.
Does anything about them look expensive or valuable or interesting or unique?
No, they just look like normal crossbows from what you can see.
So do we have a limited amount that we can carry? I'm not sure how this goes.
You'll have the same as me, roughly.
Is it is it just automatically calculated?
Yes, there is an encumbrance thing on the D&D Beyond.
Yep. I just didn't know if we were using it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go to inventory and then click on the number. It says weight carried, and it will tell you how much you can carry in total.
So
crossbows, according to my inventory, probably weigh about 10 pounds.
The 4 of you are in this room. Angus, you're going to be the one that will notice this. When you look back at the wolf that you've been examining, you'll see that the legs have changed positions.
Everybody freeze.
What?
That witchcrafted puppetry it is moved.
Oh. We should probably get out of here.
Luelle takes her hammer and smashes it.
You smash the one that's next to you.
The one that he said that moved.
Yeah, you smash that one. A stench comes out as you smash it. The stuffed wolf, all its innards exposed out into this hunting room. Doesn't seem to move or react when you smashed it with your maul.
We should leave this room.
Can a poltergeist inhabit? Because she's looking at Plont. Can a poltergeist inhabit this if it is already destroyed, or does it need a complete
Well,
host?
if it's a poltergeist, I imagine it could pick it up and throw it, but if it's going to possess something, it's something that will do that kind of possession. If it's in pieces, it's going to be less dangerous.
She immediately smashes the other ones in the room.
I carefully examined that animal, and it's frozen, but its leg movement had changed. Most unusual.
Considering Plont said that in his vision, suits of armor killed the other people that he was with, I have a feeling that it moved because a poltergeist was in it.
Good thinking there, Elle.
There's
Better
another thing here, isn't there? Another case.
Another cabinet, yeah.
Yeah. Is it
It's unlocked.
something? It's unlocked?
Are there any bookcases or anything around? Or
No, no bookcases.
Under you. Oh, that's just okay. So, can I open it?
Yes, you open the cabinet and you see a collection of wine glasses inside and a box of playing cards that is laying with the flap open of the cardboard box.
Oh, it's probably a bad idea to be toying with any more magic cards other than the ones we already have. We don't want
I
to tempt
love
fate.
cards.
Agitha, outside you, as you're kind of half in the doorway of the room, halfway looking at the staircase, you hear something rattle up above.
I hear something above us, up the stairs. Whatever you're doing, do it quick.
Would be moving already to join.
I'll be right out.
Takes out her dagger.
Elle takes the bolts and the 3 items, I guess, the crossbows, and throws them into her bag. I have a pretty high carrying limit, so I'm fine if I have them.
You just clip them you clip some of them onto your belt. So basically you've got a heavy crossbow, a light crossbow, and a hand crossbow now, with 20 bolts each for them. So 60 bolts in total.
I would add those to your sheet before you forget if you're worried about having them.
Doing it right now.
Can I, just before I leave this room, have a look up the fireplace?
Yeah,
I didn't
you
like
look up
this one.
Yep, you look up the fireplace. You see the overcast sky up ahead, and then you light the fireplace. And as you sort of finish lighting the fireplace, you stand up to turn around, and that's when you see the desiccated remains of the wolf. The wolves have bunched around you, having seemingly moved while you weren't looking at them. And they're kind of surrounding you right now, sort of around here, and here.
So I'm the only one in this room.
Everyone else
I'm
has
in
left
there
at
with
the
you.
state. Oh, well,
No,
sorry, I
I'm
thought
in
you'd
there.
left.
No,
Oh.
I'm literally at the cabinet.
Okay,
So
never
you
mind.
turn around and all these wolves have fucking
Yeah.
moved as well.
Yeah. So you turn around and you see that the wolves, the remains of the wolves, have surrounded Angus.
We need to get out of here.
Okay, let's go.
And I'll fucking run for the exit.
Is there a lock on the door?
No, there isn't.
Darn. Is there anything that I could slide in front of the door that looks heavy-ish? not
You could spend some time sliding that cabinet
No.
out and then sliding it over.
No, it's fine. I was thinking in the room.
Could I break the hinges?
That's not going to help keep it shut, though. It would just fall off then.
Not like break them fully, but like if you sort of distort the hinges, then the door won't turn.
Oh yeah, if you smash them, platinum.
Do you have time to do that? Because it's going to take some time.
I've got a hammer. I mean, that's what the hammer's for, right?
Okay. So is that what you're wanting to do?
Bing, 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 bing. 10 minutes later.
Is that what you're wanting to do?
I'm kidding. Okay. No, it's fine.
So everyone
You've clearly
leaves.
implied I shouldn't do that.
Yep.
Everyone leaves into the main hallway. there doesn't seem to be any noise coming from up top, but Agitha, you did hear the sound of something rustling up top, something metal rustling up top.
I
There was metal moving.
think this is what I've seen.
The sort of armor that you were speaking of?
Safe to
Yes.
assume that.
Well,
Well,
What
who
should
wants
we
to
do,
be the
Plont?
lucky one?
Fellow hero, do you have a preference for being in the front? Or would you like to be the heavy hitter in the back?
I think it's best if I go in the back.
Plont, you were definitely not a heavy hitter. No offense.
I
What do you weigh?
mean directly
50
behind
pounds?
the person in the front is what I mean.
Oh,
I'll
yes.
be
Well, I'll
behind you,
be
Angus.
directly behind Katyana.
Okay,
I wish you would not.
Well,
I'm now walking
that way you
up
can
the
cover me,
stairs
of course.
in third person. Angus walks up the stairs.
So
Like
Angus
whispers to himself.
I'm
Make your
right
way.
behind him.
to the
I'll be
top
in the
of
middle.
And then you two are.
Katyana would, go up fourth.
So
Okay.
I don't know
Angus.
where's the door at?
Well, there are 4 sets of armor here, guys, so...
I moved you.
Where am I at? Oh, okay. I see.
Um,
Oh, great.
So
Can you move me, please?
I'll move everyone.
Yeah, just move them all into the general area of where the stairs are.
The order's fucked, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Okay, so all of you enter, and you see unlit oil lamps are mounted on the walls of this elegant hall. Hanging above the mantelpiece is a wood-framed portrait depicting 2 adults alongside the familiar faces of the children as they stand. Standing suits of armor flank wooden doors in the east and west walls. Each suit of armor clutches a spear and a visored helm shaped like a wolf's head. The doors are carved with dancing ewes. The red marble staircase continues upward to another floor up above you. A cold draft is whispering from above, but the 5 of you are up here. There doesn't seem to be any movement. Everything seems to be eerily still.
Might be a good
Immediately
idea
roll
for one of
insight.
you to take the weapons out of those statues' hands.
I agree. Are the spears metal or are they wooden? Like metal tipped,
they're
wooden.
Yeah, metal tipped wooden handle. Yeah.
I'm gonna grab the one that's nearest me and I'm going to break it.
And I ready an action.
Mhm.
I ready an action to fire off an Eldritch Blast if one of the suits of armor tries to make an attack.
Describe an attack for me.
My attack?
Like no. Like
Oh,
is it
an
like
attack.
if it attacks, like if it actually hits and damages someone, or if it moves?
If it tries to move to attack.
If we have to roll initiative.
Okay.
Agatha rolls
So not if it
Overwatch.
walks. So not if it walks, but if it
Not if it walks, but
raises its
okay,
weapon.
I guess I'll say if it moves, I will shoot it.
I
You
like that one.
very carefully, Al, go to reach for the
Oh, not
spear.
carefully.
Oh.
I am very aggressively grabbing the spear and breaking it in half.
You
I
grab
am.
the spear, and the gloved iron gauntlet falls off this armor and clatters on the
Great.
ground.
Great.
You break the spear before throwing it behind you. There's a moment
Oh
of
no,
silence.
I'm tossing it as hard as I can down the stairs and hoping it embeds into the wall with just
Okay.
the metal tip.
She's not fucking about, Chris.
No,
Okay, you throw it,
I'm not
and
just gonna drop it on the floor.
it hits into a wall and pings close to where Plont is.
Whoa!
And
There's
then
a
I go
moment
for
of
the next one.
Okay, cool. Go for the next one.
I know this is a tense situation, but please don't do anything rash. That is my
You do
job.
the same. You do the same thing.
Yeah, to the next one nearest us.
Mhm.
I think it's to the left over here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I grab the next one. I do the same thing.
Oh,
Once-
This is
jeez.
what I did in the practice session, and it did not go well.
Well,
Oh, really?
And yeah, so once again, Plont, you're like, hang on, what's going? And then another one embeds close to where you are.
Oh, El, maybe watch where you're throwing those.
Like
Yeah, sure thing.
immediately to the left of your head, immediately to the right of your
Yeah.
head, between your legs.
Yeah.
I'm going for the next one.
Next one?
Is this a door?
That is a
A
door,
door.
yeah.
That's
Actually,
where the
before
ghost
I-
was. Don't go through there.
Before I go to the next one, I'm going to listen to the door. You mean this is where the poltergeist comes from, Plont?
I don't know if it was a poltergeist or some kind of specter, and I don't know if it still is or if us knowing about it has changed it.
That door,
That's where it was.
you see that door, it is slightly ajar, from what you can see, leading into a darkened room.
Can I hear anything?
You can't hear anything as you sort of listen, put your ear out. You can't hear anything from the room, but you can hear something from the suit of armor that is right next to you. It
The one I just took the weapon
Jesus.
from?
No, the one that this one over here. It rattles as you are right next to it. The spear tip close to your head. You suddenly realize as the armor shakes, and it begins to start to move.
Agitha's
When-
spell goes off.
Agitha's spell goes off. The armor explodes, creating a loud rattle that jolts everyone within the area as the armor explodes and clatters onto the ground as a rat scurries out of the
Oh, that
collapsed
was a dick
armor.
move.
You got that rat, all right.
I prepare
Very
another
proud of
action. I feel no shame. I will do it again.
Is
What?
this
7
spear?
Why don't
more
we-
rats climb out of every armor in the room.
Agatha, why don't you just do that to all of them?
Well, I didn't want to steal Elle's thunder.
No.
That's very sweet of you.
But
I
you're
think
right.
she has
And then I
plenty
shoot
of thunder without
and then
you
I-
having to worry about stealing it.
and then I shoot another Eldritch Blast to the remaining ones.
It explodes into a pile of armor. Loud noises.
Why are we so
echo throughout
aggressive?
The house, leaving the 5 of you alone with bits of armor exploded and scattered around the hallway.
Can I approach the portrait to see if there's a nameplate on it or information?
Yeah, you see a little
I don't know
plaque.
where it is.
It will be above here. You see a little plaque that says Durst, the Durst family, and it will have Gustav and Elizabeth Durst, who are the parents, with Rose and Rosavalda and Thornabolt as the children.
Fucking cool names.
There's no Frederick.
They're the children, right?
Yeah,
These are the ones that were downstairs, yeah.
No Frederick in the family.
no Fred, no,
No Fred Durst.
no Fred Durst, no.
Disappointed.
Maybe that's the baby's name.
Okay.
So the door in front of me is ajar, and a lot has just happened in this room. Has anything changed in that room? Like, I haven't opened the door. But,
Perception check, please.
okay.
I'd also like to ready an action.
What are you reading?
Well, okay. To prevent this from being a recurring theme, I am.
Feels like it's going to be recurring.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it now. Because it was suggested that we have our weapons drawn. I'm basically readying an action to shoot first, ask questions later with an Eldritch Blast.
Dude.
With a 15, L, you hear the sound of something scraping against wood. Padded
Could it
feet,
be a
maybe
rat?
scraping against wood, maybe, perhaps. It seems like animal-like. It's very light. But what takes you out of that moment as you try to listen in is the carvings on the door. You notice the carvings on this door. As I said, it is carved with dancing youths, but upon a closer inspection, it reveals that the youths aren't really dancing, but they're really fighting swarms of bats that are surrounding them.
That's weird.
But Agitha, as you are standing readying another blast, you can smell something from the door that you're near. You can smell blood, and you can hear sobs and muffled gasps of a woman in pain behind this door that you're near.
Smell blood. Do you hear that?
Hear what?
Angus will move to the door, just so that he's in front.
Crying.
The door that Agitha is near is this one.
Oh, apologies. Yep, that's where I'm going.
Crying, someone gasping. Could be a trap, could be a ghost.
Can we hear it?
No, it's very light. Only Agitha can hear it, and she can only hear it because she's right next to the door.
I don't know if it's real or not. We have to see.
This is as far as I saw, and it seems like things have changed, so I'm afraid I don't have any further insight.
I'm going to advise Plont. Go down the stairs. I will follow you. One of the stronger ones. Open the door and pray.
Do not worry, I have got this.
Elle, are you joining the others, or are you remaining near the ajar door?
I'm going to shut the ajar door. Okay. Is there a lock on the outside or anything?
No, there is not.
I'm going to shut the ajar door very, very slowly. I'm going to pull it shut.
When the door reaches the when the door closes properly, that's when there is a slight muffled noise of a door latching closed. Katyana, you hear this as you've been inspecting the portrait. What are you doing in this moment?
So I hear it, and it's come from where Luelle is.
Yeah. You turn around and you see that she's closed the door behind her,
and it latches.
Mm-hmm.
She's
lock.
outside of it though.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's still outside of it. Yeah. So I glance to the door then at Elle, and I'm like, perhaps this is not the worst thing to happen. Or perhaps what we need is inside that room.
Maybe, but we shouldn't split up.
Should definitely not split up.
Definitely not.
As Angus is standing in front of this door, Angus, you can hear the sobbing on the other side, that you can smell the heady smell of lead blood.
Elle, please, if that door is as dangerous as Plont says, then you must keep an eye on it. Stay close, but not too close.
Right. Lead the way.
And he'll enter the door.
Mm-hmm. You go through, and you can see that this is an undecorated bedroom, and it contains a pair of beds with straw-stuffed mattresses. At the foot of each bed is a closed footlocker. A door to the left appears to lead to a closet. In the right-hand corner stands a small wooden door. A metal button is set into the wall beside the small wooden door.
The door that he's next to, he'll hold shut. I presume it's an outward-facing door. He'll hold it shut, and he will say, "Is there anybody in here? Please do not be afraid."
You don't hear anything.
Can I roll perception?
No, you don't hear anything.
Is it like downstairs? It's just stopped.
The smell of blood isn't around you. The sounds are gone.
The door behind him will still be open, so he'll gesture out and he'll say,
"I think it was another trick of the mind, perhaps. Room seems empty."
Can I make some sort of arcana check or some other check to determine if this, or to, I guess, theorize if this could be echoes or ghost-like behavior, or kind of...
Sure, go ahead.
This would be theorizing rather than like knowing definitively.
Sure.
Whilst Blondie's doing that, I might just search the two chests that I can see here.
Mm-hmm. They are both barren. They're both empty. Nothing seems to be inside them. It seems to be covered with cobwebs on the inside, which is strange because although the room is undecorated, it is fairly clean from what you can see. But when you open the chest, you see heavy cobwebs, heavy dust, which doesn't make a lot of sense to you. Agitha, you're not even sure that these other people that are with you right now are even really with you. You're not even sure what is reality right now. You think perhaps you even got... Perhaps, and this is maybe a small part of you, you think that the mists may have taken you a year ago, and this has been your quest to slowly return back. That is how lost and confused you are right now about everything.
Okay. Yeah, I think Agitha's just gonna not so much shut down, but go inward, if that makes sense. They're gonna become quiet and just look confused. So
Hey.
I guess in this situation, she's not readying to attack anything.
Cool. So
She's readying to attack herself, her own
So
mental health.
there's the room that Angus has looked into. There are two other doors here, and there's a staircase that leads up to a third floor where there's a cool breeze coming down. What's everyone doing?
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna search that closet and then exit the room.
go into the room, I think, to have a quick squiz as well.
Once again, there's not a lot really in this room. There's a small door which has a metal button next to it. In that closet, Angus, you look in. There seems to be staff uniforms, and they look a bit musty from what you can see.
I'll just immediately leave then. Move to the door that we know there's danger.
Well, I mean, we should keep this place in mind. There's 2 beds in here. That's, half of what we need. I guess nothing else in here of importance.
Plont,
Agitha's kind of...
did you see anything about the other door? I know you said that this door has where the poltergeist came from. What about the other door?
I'm afraid, when this door opened, that was when the dying started.
Well, it was already open. It was cracked open. I heard something in there, and so I shut it.
I know. That's what's worrying me. Things seem different this time, although probably should be comforted by that. Things didn't turn out so well last time. Will you protect me?
Yeah.
Oh, I knew you liked
You
me.
remember any way to defeat it?
Well, when my eyes closed, it hadn't been defeated. Whatever it
You're
was.
saying you died.
I don't know. It goes hazy after that point.
You're a very funny little lad.
I'm glad you think so.
Agitha. Agitha?
What?
Would you mind taking a look at this door? I know that you were investigating the fog. This door is children or young people fighting bats. I don't know if anything like that came across your studies.
No.
Right.
Not familiar.
Can I look at the other door
Yeah,
and
it
see?
is.
Does it also
yeah.
have
The other door has it doesn't have any carvings in it. It's just a normal door from what you can see.
Katyana would have at this point, just to mention, taken note of Agitha's, I guess, introspection, so to speak, and be keeping like a wary eye on her.
Mm-hmm.
Sort kind of half concerned, half suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's been a little betrayal up in this bitch recently.
I'm gonna open up the other door, not the one that has the carving on it, not the one that has the...
Cool. So you open up...
I'm gonna open it and step in, yeah.
Yep.
I will keep an eye on this door.
So you open that door. Red velvet drapes the cover of the windows in this room. There's an exquisite mahogany desk and a matching high-back chair that face the entrance and the fireplace, above which hangs a framed picture of a windmill perched atop a rocky crag. Situated in the corners of the room are two overstuffed chairs. Floor to ceiling is covered with bookshelves that line the south walls, and a rolling ladder that allows one to more easily reach higher shelves. So that's what you see. You see a library within here. The desk has a number of items. The desk has a number of items on it. The bookshelves obviously have tons of books on them. It just depends on what you want to look in particular.
Can I look at the desk? Just get an idea of was going on at this desk?
Yeah, so there's an oil lamp there. There's a jar of ink, a quill pen, a tinderbox, and a letter kit, which contains red wax candle. And there's also 4 blank sheets of parchment. And there is a wooden seal that you can see bearing a family crest of some kind, a windmill, which is the same family crest that was down with the coat of armors down in the foyer. You also see a tattered piece of sheet on the desk. Looking at it, it looks like it is musical notes of some kind. It is the title "Song for Elizabeth" and has been handwritten. And there is a partially burnt note that sits beside it, which reads, Bull Wharton's words can open the way. And there is a red-covered book here as well.
Does it happen to be Bull Wharton?
No, it does not. No, it's just a blank book from what you can see. It looks like the dust cover perhaps has been lost in time. It has no real label on it. Do you wish to look through this book?
Yeah.
You start flipping through the...
going to come into the room at this point just to assist.
You
Just
start...
to be involved.
Sorry?
Just to be involved.
Pretty much.
You start flipping through the book, Al, and when you open up the first page, once again it's blank, red-covered book, but the first page, it says, emblazoned on it, the history of Luelle Goreaxe. And as you begin flipping through it, it begins going through a narration of your life. It begins going through a narration of your time as a young child running through the castle.
Young Tribune.
A young Tribune, running through the castle with Princess Ishlyn, the weird Prince Leo, constantly bullying the two of you. You flip through it until eventually you reach the part of where the many years later, Luelle Goreaxe travelled with Princess Ishlyn, Queen Alex Hahn, and Prince Leo to Edgewater to try to do a diplomatic mission. And then you begin... sorry?
Nothing, never mind.
So you continue reading through this history of history of Luelle Goreaxe until eventually you reach a page that says... as she pulled the book from the desk, she began to read. Unaware of the creature that watched her from the shadows, slowly the beast began to creep forward.
I immediately put the book in my bag and ready up and announce to...
You take the book and not just instantly drop it?
No, I'm taking the book. That book is interesting. I'm taking the
Demon book.
And I grab the axe and I announce to Katya that something is in this room.
And Katyana would draw her daggers also.
Well, yeah. Sorry. What are you gonna do anything in particular, Katyana?
Potentially move closer to Luelle to almost ensure that like they're placed back to back should anything approach.
Mm-hmm. So we'll place a pause on this for a moment while we go back out to the three others that are outside. What are the three of you doing? As Agitha, you're still deep within your thoughts. Angus, you're near that door with the carving on it, and Plont, you're kind of standing near the spiral staircase.
Yeah, I think Plont probably would have been standing near the door looking into the room, kind of watching what's happening there. So I assume I would have overheard there's something in here.
Yep.
Can I see anything?
No, you can't.
Oh, I can't see anything.
It's here. I can feel it.
Well, Agitha, is there any way you can see the unseen?
No.
Oh.
I think the investigator has been lost to her own thoughts. We should not rely on that.
If it's here already, we might be in trouble, but if we can take 10 minutes, I can see things that are magical.
I have a feeling this entire house is magical.
That may be the case.
You might as well do it.
Agitha, as you still around the staircase close to where those spears were thrown and embedded into the wall nearby you, it's when you hear a slight trickle. You look over to where the spears have embedded the walls. There seems to be a liquid dripping out of the holes in the walls. You look at it and you can see it's a stream of blood that is slowly trickling down and rolling down the staircase. Oh, you're muted.
Aunt.
Yes? I was just about to start my ritual.
I don't know, maybe it's just me, but do you see that? In the wall. With the spears.
You look over and you don't see anything.
Well, yeah, they've damaged the walls.
No.
Perhaps I don't think it's structural. I don't think we have anything to worry about.
Bleeding.
What?
The walls. They're bleeding from the spears.
Yes, they're definitely bleeding. I think that you may be a little tired. I'll patch the wall up with a bandage. Maybe you
Blood
need to have
is
a lie
coming from the wounds of the house.
Yeah, I think you might just be a little tired, Toots. Perhaps over to the bedroom.
She grips her blade a little tighter. Call me Toots again.
Okay, Toots.
She steps forward. Would you like to get a little shorter?
I mean, some ladies have told me I'm a little too long, but
perhaps I can help with that.
No,
and she steps forward again.
That's probably not the best idea.
Angus will immediately intercept.
What do you think you're doing?
Oh, there's no need to fight. It's all in good fun.
Do you see it, hero?
I see nothing.
I run my blade along the wall.
You run your blade along the wall, Agitha, and as you do, it's almost like sliding through meat, almost. As it kind of gets caught every now and then, and you just push through, it's like you're soaring through the wall. Blood is just slowly seeping down the wall that you can see. Angus and Plont, you two cannot see this. You just see...
Does her blade sink in, or is she just kind of dragging it across the wall to us?
She's dragging it across, yeah.
Yeah.
Just tearing the wallpaper.
She begins to get a vacant expression, and in a monotone voice that almost sounds like two people speaking at once, one young and one old, very old. She just keeps kind of running it along the wall, and over she keeps saying, "The wall is meat, the wall is meat, tender meat, supple meat."
I feel like we have now found
I think
the
she is.
thing
She's
Katyana.
fallen victim.
that is watching from the darkness. It has taken hold.
Plont is a few steps back from Agitha at this point.
The wall is meat, the wall.
Cautiously, Katyana would begin to move out of the room that they're in, kind of giving Luelle the nod to suggest that she follow, because she's now suspicious that perhaps this thing that has been watching has, taken hold of Luelle, of Agitha.
Al, give me a quick investigation check, please, as you go to exit.
Oh, not gonna be good.
11. Very well. As you go to exit, you see a book on the bookshelf that is red, that says "An Architect's Art," written by Archibald Bullwharton.
I'm gonna grab that book because of the note that also said that.
As you go to grab the book, you hear it. You try to grab it from the bookshelf, but it doesn't move. Well, it does move, but it doesn't come out. Instead, you feel a click as it does, and a door opens around here, showing some dim candlelight behind you as you're around here, around the bookshelf. But I think at this moment, as tensions are starting to rise, things are starting to be a bit weird, we're going to take a quick pause in our story, and we'll be back in a mere moment.
Hello there.
We return yet again to Curse of Strahd, to this house that is seemingly strange, with strange things such as glamoured food and wolves that move when you don't look at them, and books that tell you your whole life story. But in the middle of this strangeness, there was Agitha, who began to see that the walls were bleeding. This is something that nobody else could see, but in a crazed state, Agitha has started hacking at the walls, saying that the walls are meat. Elle had found a book on a bookshelf and had pulled it to reveal a secret hidden door. But with that all out of the way, I believe there was the commotion of Agitha hacking at the walls. Take it away.
Angus will approach Agitha as she continues to slash at this wall, and he'll try and grasp at her wrist to stop her from doing this.
No.
She's clearly in a vacant state. He's just going to try and take the weapon out of her hand.
What is your
Stop
reaction?
her moving.
They stop. You grab them by the wrist, and it's clear that they are continuing to try to cut across the wall. And because they can't, I guess they just kind of do circular motions on the wall as if drilling. But if you kind of like take the blade out, they'll begin to knock their head against the wall.
Aggie, stop it. There's something the matter with you.
nickname.
He'll hug her from behind and like move her away from the wall.
Plont, you're standing there looking at this exchange. As Katyana, you exit out of the library and see Agitha being hugged by Angus.
Was I in the library long enough to see the door opening, or was that after I left?
No, that's after you've left. So,
Katyana, dear, we have a situation.
Yes, I can see that.
Do you have
It's
anything
me.
that you use to wake people up?
I've
She is very awake.
far less
Oh,
experience with
jeez.
the arcane than you do, Mr. Man with the sights. Perhaps it is something that you need to do to pull her from this stupor.
Perhaps, but perhaps not. Maybe this is a mundane poison.
Angus is
Right.
gonna pick up Agitha in sort of a cradle position and move her into the room that he's adjacent to.
Can I
on the bed.
say that you feel something? So, can you feel her back at all? I mean, I guess you could because you're like hugging her.
I would have. It wasn't like a hug. It was like a just sort of
Yeah, hug.
restraining you from moving. But
Also
it was
armor.
from the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
You probably felt something very, it's not normal to feel when someone hugs from behind. Something almost protruding from the back, but covered by the fabric that they're wearing. Kind of pointy and rough.
So I'll lay you down on the bed.
So at that point, Katyana would follow, and at the suggestion of Plont, potentially check to see if there is. Where's
I'm not following, by the way. I'm staying in the room.
I don't know where my roll 20 went, so I'm think it's there, guys. She would follow and I guess check the eyes of Agitha. So like pop open an eyelid to see if there's any like clear indication that it is poison rather than something arcane.
Give me a insight, please.
Whilst Katyana's doing that, Angus will take out his water skin.
I gotta do two.
Canteen. Feed Aggie. Aggie
How does the bed feel tactful, like to me when
It's
I
a
feel
straw.
it?
It is a straw bed, so it's so some of the straw pokes through and
Doesn't feel fleshy.
No, it doesn't feel fleshy.
Elle, there's something going on with
As you-
Agitha.
As
I
you
think we
poke
should
your
all
head into the room, Plont, that's when you see that that Elle is fixated on a bookcase that is opened into a pathway within this library.
Oh, we should certainly look at that, but I think we should all stay together. Would you come here with us, please?
Sure. But I'm actually going to be looking at the books. Do I see any other books with their names on it?
No, you do not.
It was only my name.
Only yours.
Yeah. And then I'll follow.
Yeah, so we're all in the room now then.
El, as you make your way out, you will see that the walls have been hacked at. There seems to be a lot of plaster and debris that is around on the floor where they've been hacked at. You're a little unsure of what's happened here, but as everyone regroups within this room nearby, take it away.
El, I know people of faith can sometimes take away things that are making people not themselves. Is that something you can do?
Sorry, Katyana, you rolled your perception?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the 15 because that was the first one.
I don't know why I rolled twice.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. With your 15, you can tell that this is definitely not an external thing that's happened to Agitha. Whatever's happening to Agitha is very internal. There doesn't appear to be anything odd about their eyes, anything odd about like that they're not themselves, other than the fact that they're in a little bit of a fugue state.
Okay. I do not see any indicate she has been poisoned.
Okay, well.
And unfortunately, I can heal wounds. I can cure diseases or neutralize poisons, but I can't take anything away that's
not meant to be there.
Necessarily, like if she has been possessed.
Okay. I don't necessarily think she's been possessed because she's not seeking to harm us. Generally, those sorts of spirits, or at least the last spirit I encountered, was quite malicious. Perhaps we should just bring her with us and continue on.
I think the house has whittled away at her sanity.
Plont.
Agitha, you're lying on the bed as everyone is talking about you as if you're not even there.
Aggie,
What?
I'm back.
Where's my blade?
I have it here. State. Are you okay?
Give me my blade.
Answer the question first. Please. For your own safety.
I'm fine.
What are the walls made of?
Paint. Wood. My blade?
Where did you go just now?
To bed, apparently.
And do you recall how you got there?
I was carried. My
Okay.
blade?
Is this something that happens to you often? You just blanked out for a while.
I think I answered enough questions. Can I have
Well,
my blade now?
I think the concern is for the safety of us all and for yourself. You know, we wouldn't want you to blank out halfway through walking down the stairs and fall and hurt yourself.
Or for that blade to fall and hurt one of us?
I'm fine. I'm sure it's nothing. I just need some air.
Well, it's not going to be a lot of air here.
Luelle's gonna open the window in the room.
You open the window, the stale
Is there a
air
window?
outside. I think there is a window here. Oh, maybe there isn't.
Yeah.
No, there isn't.
There's no
Doesn't look
window?
like it, no.
Okay. Damn.
Agitha will
Um,
reach and try to not snatch it, but take it.
At this point,
Yeah,
I
He's
wouldn't
gonna
be
give it
trying
back
to
anyways.
stop her, yeah.
Would or wouldn't?
As
I wouldn't be trying to stop her.
Angus hands the blade back to you, you have a little bit of a throwback to
to the start of when we entered this house and you gave him a pitiful look. He gives you the same look.
Shall we go?
If we must.
I found a passage hidden behind a bookcase in that other room.
Well,
Did you
shall
find
we,
it?
Shall we head down Elle's passage then?
Or
Little
do
man,
we
have you
check out-
had the talk about the birds and the bees?
I haven't seen any birds around here, and it's the wrong season for bees.
You must know that saying these things sounds very strange.
Agitha will rise from the bed and immediately begin to walk towards the door.
Mm-hmm. So is everyone going into the library now, I'm assuming?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I have one more
Elves-
thing to do.
Yep, what are you doing?
This door that has the spectre behind it, the ghost, we presume.
Wait, where did your token
does
go?
it have? I have no idea. Somebody dragged it, or I dragged it. I don't know. I don't know where it went.
I yeeted it off the board.
Does it have knobs, or is it like handles? You know, like double door handles.
It's got double door handles. That's annoying. I need to pull your thing back in. All right.
I didn't touch it or anything. It just sort
Yeah,
of.
no, I didn't actually either. I'm joking.
No, I moved them all into the library. But there you go. I've moved you back over here.
He might have been under
I
someone.
don't have sight anymore.
Of course you don't.
If there's a spear or anything near anything that's long and rigid, you will jam that in between the handles, so that the door cannot open.
Oh, it's doorknobs.
I asked the question, Chris.
I thought I said doorknobs. I honestly thought I said doorknobs.
No.
No, he said handles.
Yeah.
Right, that's fine then. If I can't do anything, I'll move into the library as well.
Agitha will also move into the library, but she is like sticking close to the wall, and the tip of her blade is still kind of like grazing against the wall.
So what you will see is the library that I mentioned before. There's a desk that's covered with different items. There are drawers to the desk. And most curiously, there is a bookshelf that is open to a passageway up here.
Plot just wants to look through the bookshelf, see if there's anything of interest, see if there's anything that appears to be arcane that might have any sort of magical relevance or divination relevance.
Very, very mundane books about farming, about just a few fictional novels.
Hey, Elle, this one's about your home city. What's this? The history of tax law in Trivia. The history of tax law in might be interesting.
Considering it no longer exists.
Oh. Yeah. Well, shall we head down into the passage?
Katyana is going to turn to Luelle and ask her, how did you find the passage? I was gone for perhaps a moment before this appeared.
I'll show them the burnt note, but I'm not showing them the book that I was reading.
Next to the burnt note is once again a musical sheet that is called The Song of Elizabeth. Song for Elizabeth, I should say. That has handwritten notes on it.
Mm-hmm.
It said that his words would lead the way. I saw the book with his name on it, and I grabbed it, thinking it would be a clue. And then this door opened.
Well, that's a lucky coincidence.
Well, to be fair, I was looking for it.
We'll have to hang out with you more. Make sure you can get lucky like that again.
So, Angus, as you make your way to the passage, you see that this hidden room is packed with bookshelves, groaning with old and ominous-looking leather-bound tomes. There's a heavy wooden chest with clawed iron feet that stands on the south wall. Its lid is half closed. Sticking out of the chest is ribs and a head caught beneath a lid, which is a skeleton in leather armor.
This is dreadful.
And then you'll move to open it.
Okay. As you go towards the heavy wooden chest, you see that the that there is a dart sticking in their bones, as if they were shot with a poisonous dart. And you can see that there was a mechanism attached to this chest that if it was opened, a dart would shoot out of the wall, but you can see that it's clearly no longer working. Clutched, there is something clutched in the person's hand, a letter of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pick it up and continue to search the chest.
Okay, so the letter is emblazoned with this crest.
Sure.
And the letter is this.
My most pathetic servant. I'm not a messiah sent to you by the dark powers of this land. I've not come to lead you on a path to immortality. However, many souls you have bled on your hidden altar. However many visitors you have tortured in your dungeon. Know that you are not the ones who brought me to this beautiful land. You are but worms writhing in my earth. Say that you are cursed, your fortune spent. You abandoned love for madness, took solace in the bosom of another woman, feisty, and sighed a bastard son. Cursed by darkness, of that I have no doubt. Save you from your wretchedness, I think not. I much prefer you as you are. Your dread lord and master.
You
It says-
all of
it
you
says
hear Angus as he reads this letter out loud.
Oh,
That's most interesting.
And also,
quite ominous.
Agitha and Plont, can you both give me Arcana checks, please, as you have a look at the room? How long are you spending studying the books that are in here?
Until I feel confident that there's not going to be anything that's useful.
Nearly a natural 20. Nearly.
Jesus. Right, both of you ascertain that there are summoning and necromantic rituals for a cult called the Priests of Osibus. These are what these
Agitha.
tomes are.
Agitha, do you see this? Is that the Priests of Osibus? This looks like a necromantic summoning ritual.
See it.
Are you getting anything from these other tomes that you're looking at?
They are definitely necromantic, dark grimoires belonging to the cult.
What is necromancy? What is that?
Magic over life and death and that between and beyond. Not always evil, though usually wielded by those that are.
There's a certain stigma to it because a lot of the effects can be unpleasant for those who aren't expecting them.
I don't think I'll be touching that anytime soon.
The letter you read, it mentioned sacrificing and torturing on altars and basements, yes?
Yes, here you go.
Neil hand it to you.
That
Wow.
name at the bottom, I couldn't read it very well.
Strahd on Zarovich.
Yes, yes.
Well, that's the same name as the sword, right?
Baron.
So a present and a letter, both a gift and a damning. Perhaps this family did something to fall from grace? Or perhaps
No.
the family was killed and perhaps the children were not exactly a lure, but the ghosts of the children that passed when the cult came in.
They were ghost children.
We'll
don't
put a
know.
pause on this for a moment as we go back over to Elle, and also I'm assuming Katyana, you're around the entrance of the secret passageway,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So as both of you are sort of more in the main library, is there anything else that the two of you will do while you're here? Are you sort of half in the conversation, half investigating around?
Nothing in particular, I guess. Katyana, whilst obviously interested in books, doesn't have any real reason to be looking for anything, to
Okay.
benefit her in that way. So the desk itself, we found the stuff on the top, did we, or was it from the drawers? Did we
No, you
determine
did
if there
not-
were any?
You did not look through the drawers.
Cool. Can I look through the drawers, please?
Yep. You open the first drawer and you find an iron key.
Okay. I am going to pocket that. Is there anything in the drawers below?
Other than just bits of paper that are stuff that seem to be a manuscript of some type, some fantasy works of prose, bits of writing here and there that doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. Yeah. Elle, are you doing anything in particular, or are you just standing around?
Just
Still
looking
like
at the books. I'm still looking to see if any of these books are like the one that I put in my pocket.
None of them are, from what you can see. Angus, as you look through the chest, you see that there are a number of scrolls that are inside here. Some of them look to be... give me an Arcana check, please.
I'm going to save you the trouble and just roleplay it out.
Ah, there's a scroll of lightning power and thunder water and invisibility jump. Whoa.
You have some
think-
scrolls back there?
I think you should go take a look.
Yeah. Don't be careful with those. And I'll.
He'll pass them out
Back out
one
there.
by one.
Yeah.
Because it's a very tight.
What
tight
you
corridor.
get is you get Bless, Protection from Poison, and Spiritual Weapon.
Oh,
The fire... Oh, sorry.
L. Just from my knowledge, I believe, bless, protection from poison, and spiritual weapon.
Yep.
I don't think any of those are on the wizard spell list. Let me have a look.
But anybody
I
can
think
use
glass
those,
is
right?
sorcerer? Question mark.
Protection from poison might be on it, but I don't know.
Hang on.
I seem to recall bless is either a sorcerer thing or specifically a cleric paladin thing.
Yeah, on sorcerer, divine soul sorcerer maybe.
Yeah.
But aren't
Yeah.
those scrolls? So doesn't that mean anybody can use a scroll?
I
or are
believe so.
scrolls-
I believe
Okay.
you
Yeah,
still
I
need to
think
do the
that's the
check, but you
purpose
just
of
if you're
it.
not good at it, you'll
Yeah.
roll terribly.
L, do you when you I guess feel the divine light of the being you Tyr, yes. Do you have a book that you read from? Or do you just kind of do?
I just kind of do. There's no book.
So you probably wouldn't need these?
I don't have those abilities.
Perhaps I'll hold on to them then. And I'll pop them into my...
As you do, another one gets passed to you. This one, not a scroll of magic, but a folded letter with a bit of legal paper attached to it that depicts a drawing of a windmill. Very architectural in its design. And the letter itself is...
Didn't we see a windmill when we when we were looking out the windows, or am I imagining?
No, that was
Okay.
the
That
coat
was
of
in my
arms.
vision. Wow, was
Oh,
it?
okay.
Mhm.
Because I think I also
Down as
remember
Plont, please.
a windmill in my vision.
Oh, there was a windmill in your vision, yeah, but there was also the coat of arms that you saw the stamp, L. That was the coat of arms of the on the shield
Got
and
it.
on the stamp.
Does the windmill look
Yeah.
the same? It does look the same. Like, I mean, in my vision.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool, and that's the letter.
Windmill letter, there we go. My dear Demolv, I must confess, my nights as of late have been sleepless. The child's wails these past several evenings have kept me awake, haunting these halls like a ghost. Oh, choice of words there. Margaret does her best, but other clouds yet trouble my dreams. My beloved Elizabeth, I am sure, feels it too, for she tosses and turns in our bed and awakes with her forehead slick with sweat. For the past several congregations, I become suspicious of the ambitions of the others. Their dark murmurs worry me, and though I know that a shadow ought not fear a blacker night, I cannot but fear for the extent of their plotting. If anything happens, you're to be steward of our parents' house and caretaker of my children. Keep Rose and Thorn safe, and dear Walter close to your breast. Should the worst come to pass, you shall be all they have left, your loving brother Gustav. I don't know who this would be referring to.
The brother of the owner of the house, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Wasn't
yes.
Rose and Thorn the name of the children?
Yeah.
Yes, and Walter.
And
Oh.
Elizabeth is
The
the
baby.
mother.
Walter may have the child that is trapped with him.
The children said that the child that was trapped was a toddler. So.
Just a baby, they said.
Mm-hmm.
How old is this letter? Does it look like it's aged?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. This letter looks like it's... I mean, it's hard to tell. The ink's not wet, but it's not like it's an ancient scroll from hundreds of years ago.
This is a weird house, though.
Yes.
It could be yet another glamour.
Could very well be. Oh,
Angus.
Is the chest empty?
Yes, it
Do
is.
I have any reason to still be? Okay,
No.
I'm just gonna leave the room then.
So with all that, where's the next step for everyone? What's everyone planning on doing? There's still that
Onward!
room with the
Upstairs!
ajar room. There's also the staircase that leads up with the cold draft coming from the top.
I think that we should look at the staircase rather than the room, because
I think we should.
I mean-
look in the room.
Well, my dear little friend said it was death, so I'm going to say let's not do that.
well, would you rather have death behind you?
I would
should
prefer
clear the
death
room.
not interact with us at all.
We should
Yes.
clear the floor before moving up.
I agree.
Okay, who's the first to go through the doors?
Elle will be, since she's the one who wants to go the most.
Angus, if it calms your nerves, we didn't have such a strong hero as Elle with us when I was last
Actually,
here.
I think you mean me, but
Well,
Ella's
I
quite
mean,
impressive as well.
I used to think you were a hero until you said you were too scared to go in that room.
Fear of death and not wanting to die are not the same thing.
Well, I mean, perhaps you could show me.
Onward!
You'll burst through the room.
So the first
I'm
two are
already in it.
Elle and Angus. The others, are you closely behind?
I'm gonna be close behind.
What's the marching order?
Plont is right behind Katyana, uncomfortably close.
Okay. So the
Should
five
move
of
one
you.
step.
Tatiana is gonna try and stomp on his toe.
Ow, hey. Watch where you're walking. I'm staying close so you can protect me.
Just gonna. It's the fog of war bullshit.
Okay. You enter into this elegantly appointed hall. The windows are covered by gossamer drapes, brass-plated chandelier hanging from the ceiling, upholstered chairs line the wall. Several stained glass walls hang and depict beautiful men, women, and children singing and playing instruments. There is a harpsichord on a bench which rests in the northwest corner. Near the fireplace is a large standing harp with alabaster figurines of well-dressed dancers that adorn this mantelpiece that is around the fireplace. You also
music.
notice.
I love music.
You also notice that there is a stand where music notes can be placed near the harpsichord.
Did anyone take that music? That song?
Oh, but can anybody actually play it?
Angus,
I could give it a go.
You've dabbled.
I don't know if that's a good idea. This room shouldn't be here.
Why?
I believe it was a bedroom or something.
A lot has been different from your vision so far.
Yes. It's almost like this house changed because it knew I was here.
Keep an eye out, little friend.
Yes,
Now
of
I
course.
dabble in music.
Alright, so Angus, you leave the room to grab the musical sheets, you come back. While Angus is gone, can I get a perception check from everyone who's remaining in the room, please?
Maybe I'm clicking it wrong.
Has everyone rolled?
Yeah, it rolls twice for you for whatever reason. So,
You might have it set to advantage or disadvantage somewhere.
Are you rolling it from D&D Beyond or from Roll20?
D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
It'll be the extension.
I don't
We'll
know
just
why
need
it
to
would
play
be
with some of
rolling
these.
twice.
Yeah. Is everyone rolled? That's everyone's roll. So 14, 13. Okay. Plont, you're close to the ground. You hear and see. You first hear something rustling beneath one of the chairs nearby, and you look over and you can see something moving in the dark shadows beneath the chairs.
Oh, over there, under the chairs. There's something moving.
Luelle smacks it with her hammer.
You smack the chair, or you smack the thing that's underneath the chair?
I smack through the chair. It's a giant two-handed maul. If I can't break a chair, come on.
With the intention of hitting what's beneath the chair?
Yeah, it's just a normal, like, dining chair, right?
Yeah. So your intention is to hit the thing beneath the chair. Okay.
Yes.
So
He's just trying to make you be specific.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you throw down your maul as everyone within the house hears a giant yelp as a very thin, rail-thin dog
God damn
emerges from beneath the
Why would
chair,
you do that to me?
limping slightly as it looks at all of you and it snarls at all of you. It looks very thin, rail thin, very sickly, this dog, and a collar is hanging from its neck with a dangling
I
label.
immediately go to heal
Why did
it.
you do that?
I immediately go to heal it.
I just said something's
attack you
moving.
and try and do that. Just
Forgive
saying.
the woman for being a little jumpy. You have not set a very positive precedent for our presence here.
So how do I do this? I'm
Okay.
going to put my weapon on my back. I'm going to take out food from my bag. to
Give me an
to the
animal
dog.
handling check, please.
Can I be in the
Disadvantage.
room now?
Disadvantage because I hit
There
it.
in a sec. Yeah.
Ah!
The dog tries snapping at you as you reach forward with the food, and it backs away slightly. It looks at you and just growls. Angus, at this point, you come back in where you see Al is looking at a dog that is snarling.
I look guilty. I look so guilty.
Doggy! Al, give me that! Quick!
Hurry! It needs to be healed.
Animal
I'll just-
handling at
I'll-
disadvantage, please.
Try and approach it. Yeah. With
disadvantage.
It's a good roll.
It's a good roll. The dog snarls at you at first, but as it sees the food, it starts licking its mouth and it slowly limps its way towards you, keeping an eye on Al the whole time, before eventually eating the food and very happily lapping it up. But in between chomps, it will look at Al before going back, trying to see if it will if it can trust eating around this thing that attacked it. But
I'm just sitting
That's
down.
all right, buddy.
I'm
Shouldn't
sitting
mean to
down
hurt
on the
you.
floor and completely like as non-aggressive as I can possibly be.
it's still
near the
looking at
dog.
you. The dog is still looking at you.
I'm not moving towards it or anything.
But Angus, you've got the sheet of paper. The dog is with you, eating happily from your hand.
Good boy, good boy. Right, the rest of you, please, stay away from it, but for now, I should play music.
If I
there's
can
a
touch
name.
it, I can heal it.
There's a name tag on
It's
this
a
dog.
little bit
that
afraid of
says, Lancelot. The dog's name is Lancelot.
Little Lancey Poo. He doesn't like you, Ella. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I can heal it. This is for its own good. If you can hold it, if I lay my hands on it, I can fix it.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
I don't
After
think
what
so
you did
either.
last time, you came near it.
Thought it was a situation with the wolves or with the suit of armor that you saw in your vision.
Cut the poor woman a break.
Oh, I mean,
I think we should stop swinging to kill and maybe ask questions first.
oh, I don't know about that, but maybe just not hit a dog with a giant hammer.
I think we continue to swing to kill, and then if we do survive, we then heal the small animal afterwards.
What she said.
So, you, Angus.
Seem like the type of person who would like to have several slaves in your employ.
Who?
Maybe friends?
Who
Did
are
you
talking-
learn their favorite moving picture, perhaps?
Right, yeah. He's making a reference to the release.
Fracturing
Anyways, leave the
Chicago.
dog, please.
Yeah.
Probably
Please.
available in the RPN YouTube by the time this is
Please
released.
leave the dog.
It is
Listen
available
to
on
me.
RP and YouTube. It's
There we
currently
go.
available on RP and YouTube.
Worth
all right.
checking out.
So, with that shameless plug out of the way, Angus, you make your way to the harpsichord and set the musical notes on the plinth. You sit at the keys when the dog limps towards you, seemingly having grown affection towards you, and is kind of using you as a buffer between you and the others, as it's kind of very weary.
Good boy, Lancey Poo. Lancey Poo.
You begin playing the music. Now give me a performance check, please.
It's not that key. That one, yes. I think that's that. Yes.
It's nearly a natural one. It's still pretty bad.
10. It's not the harpsichord is quite out of tune from what you can hear, but it starts off out of tune, but as you're starting to play it, it's almost as if other instruments start coming in from somewhere else. As suddenly shadows begin to appear within the room, dancing shadows, dancing to the
daggers.
music. They don't seem to take any
Katyana.
notice of any of you.
Katyana doesn't care, she's got her daggers.
As these shadows are dancing around this room, all of you look around as you see this this chamber has been filled with music and these shadows that dance to the tune of the melody. But there are two figures that stand beside the fireplace, not dancing, but looking at all five of you. And as they
No, I
look,
was that good at music.
as they look at you, Angus, the chords start to play terribly, and you hear a ping in the strings within the harpsichord. As suddenly one of the keys completely stops until eventually none of the keys work anymore. And the shadows
Well, that was that,
disappear.
fellas. Come on, Ladsy Boo.
What the hell was that?
You do hear something above you. A grinding sound can be heard above you.
Well, since the thing that I thought was going to be here isn't here, I think we should get out of here, close the door, and maybe continue upstairs real quick, because this room is kind of creeping me out.
All right,
was there
then.
anything?
Come on, Ladsy Boo.
Was there anything else in the room that looks like it needed to be investigated? Like I know there was the harpsichord.
No.
Was there
no,
anything? No. Okay.
No.
Alrighty.
So,
Time to go up the stairs.
the group of you make your way up the stairs. As I will drag your tokens.
I'll continue to try and be
Can I drag
like
your
front
tokens,
line,
please?
but I'm gonna have to.
Yes.
Can I grab your tokens, please?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Stop moving your
Okay.
tokens.
Can you drag our tokens, please, Chris?
Can you make me a token for little Lansy Poo? I don't even know if that's possible. I want Lansy
Oh
Poo.
my god, Aaron.
I didn't touch it.
No. So,
Can I have a little I can put a wee thing on my token.
A wee thing.
There's probably one in here that looks like a companion.
So
we'll put the snail next to me. Lansy P will be the snail.
oh, I'm glad that was sorted. That was very, very crucial.
Very important.
You climb the red marble staircase to its full height, arriving at a dusty balcony. The air here is dry and musty, but tinged with a strange, coppery scent. There's a suit of black plate armor that stands against one wall, draped in cobwebs and marked by age. Oil lamps are mounted on the faded oak panelled walls, which are carved with woodland scenes of trees, falling leaves, and tiny little critters within the fields.
Now this looks very familiar. I thought this was a floor down.
So is everyone positioned where they are positioned in Roll20 right now?
Yeah.
No, I would
nope.
be in the front next to some doors.
I'd be at the back on the stairs.
Oh yeah, I think that's around about where.
Okay. As you,
Yeah, maybe
Angus,
I'm there. Yeah.
as you go to cross past the armor, that is when the armor is going to shove you.
Ah!
I knew
The
it.
armor suddenly moves, and you hear the clank of metal as it goes to shove you. And let me just quickly roll for the armor, please.
Strength.
I wanted to smash
saving
it.
throw?
No. It is going to. It is. Oh my god! Why can I not find anything? What's going on? Why can't?
Because you're too good at your job.
Can you let me open up the details of it? Okay, cool. You're not letting
No,
me
I
do
will
that.
not.
Oh, wait, I can just do it that way. Okay. So, the armor is going to try and push you off. By the way, this is what the armor looks like.
We've got all of its traits and everything it can do as well.
Oh, fantastic. That's probably not ideal. I just wanted to show you a picture of what it looked like.
It's okay, I'm not gonna stare at it.
Cool. So I am just going
Can I defend from this, or is it just gonna happen?
Nope, it's just going to happen.
Surprise.
It's a surprise attack.
We've had our weapons out this entire time.
No, you have not. You have a dog now.
Okay.
So I'm holding the dog in my arms.
I'm guessing 21 beats your armor class?
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, it does.
Damn.
So you take 7 damage as this thing tries to shove you off the banister, and I need you to give me a strength saving throw, please, to see if you can, or an athletics check to see if you can keep your footing.
They're both the same roll for me.
Mm-hmm.
That is a natural 20.
Heyo.
Nice.
Okay, you're not able to only dodge out of the way, but the armor almost falls down as it tries to push you over. But you still you still take a little bit of the damage. As this armor animates and things begin to happen, that is where we're going to take our finish for today's session of Curse of Strahd. Sorry, we had a hard out today. I'm sorry.
That was my fault. My apologies.
That I was very
That's
quickly
fine.
reminded about, about 20 minutes ago. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Cool. All right. So that is session 2. We've explored the mysteries of the house. Next session, we're going to be starting off with some combat.
Heyo.
Yay.
But
Yay.
as we say goodbye for today's session, let's go over and let everyone shill whatever they need to shill, starting with Rachel. Go ahead.
Hi, I am Rachel, or SwtBeat online, and I've been playing as Luelle, also known as Goreaxe, the human paladin, who apparently hurts dogs.
Not your fault. Hi, I'm Aaron MP. I'm a creator, active player, and musician here at Role Playe Nights.
I am Kieran, aka KaradanZero, and I stream on twitch.tv/KaradanZero, usually on Mondays and Fridays. And I have been playing the creepy old man gnome, Plont Grefla.
I am Simone, aka SimoneIsSimone, or Karadan1, or SimoneIsSimone. I have not been streaming anywhere because I am shy, but I do occasionally play TTRPGs on Role Playe Nights, mostly as a guest star. When having a girls' night with people who own slaves and ask them what their favorite movie is.
And I am Satanic__Bunny, also known as Bun Bun. You can find me on Twitch at Satanic__Bunny and on Twitter at SatanicBunny2. And I played as Agitha Thistlecrown for you today.
And I am your Dungeon Master, Unemployed Rider. The characters have started exploring the house. They've started exploring themselves as well a little bit, and I'm looking forward to see how this will continue and how they will deal with the trials and tribulations ahead. We are just getting into it. So see you all next time for Curse of Strahd. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.